The invitation of this teaching of non-duality is to recognize experientially, irrefutably, in the directness of this immediate experience now, and it is available now, that the one substance that goes into the make of all that exists is ourself. This present awareness that is aware of these words now is, not metaphorically, not figuratively, the essential reality of all existence, but is substantially the essential reality of all existence. So this self that is aware of itself now, that we all refer to when we say I, is this reality. And the teaching that is expounded here and has been expounded for generations, thousands of years, to refer to the timeless reality of this essential substance is experiential. It's not a path of accumulating conceptual knowledge, although temporary accumulation of conceptual knowledge may be useful and necessary to utilize to contemplate one's experience or to understand the words that are offered here. But ultimately, that conceptual knowledge must be combusted into pure spirit, pure experience. And that is facilitated by one way, listening to words such as these coming from the direct experience of this infinite, eternal self that we are. That is all that is coming through Samuel in this moment, to the best of the ability of Samuel, which is to the best of the ability of the conditioning that is accumulated and that spontaneously arises in the moment, to channel this infinite, eternal reality that we are into the form of words and energy. Just by listening to this, just by listening to the utterances that come from the direct experience of our shared being, there is a transmission of understanding. So understanding is conveyed here, and through a listening that takes place in you, there is the revelation of the understanding that our self, this awareness, is infinite and eternal, is the essential reality of existence. And that takes place automatically just by listening, following along, and allowing that recognition to take place. So it could take place just by listening to statements such as, you, this awareness, are the only ever-present reality that you experience. Every temporary form of experience, such as the mind, the body, the world, the cosmos, the thoughts, the sensations, the perceptions, are not candidates for the essential ever-present reality of existence, for they are temporary. So just by hearing such a line of reasoning, a statement as that, one can have the glimpse directly, experientially, that, aha, this awareness that I am, this awareness that is aware here now, is the only ever-present reality that I actually experience. I may imagine that I experience another reality, a God or a deity that is separate or distinct from this awareness that I am. But such an imagining would be a temporary thought and would only be evidence of a composition of thought. It would not be evidence of a separate, independent reality. In fact, Really, if we are to look at any piece of evidence that the mind offers for a separate, independent reality, all that thought verifies is this one reality of awareness that is aware of these words, that is aware of our entire experience. That awareness is ever present. Everything else, that is everything that is known by this awareness as a temporary form, is coming and going. That is the entire cosmos of phenomenology, of structure and movement is temporary, is not ever present. The only reality that is ever present is this aware presence, this conscious presence that is aware and conscious of these words now, that is allowing listening to occur. I use awareness and consciousness synonymously, for if we are to look at experientially what awareness is, what consciousness is, we refer to the same experience. It's one experience. I am conscious and I am aware, or I am knowing. I am knowing, I am present. I am conscious, I am present. I am aware, I am present. These three statements refer to the same reality. And if we look, these three statements are the only statements that we're absolutely certain of and are ever present. We can always make these statements. If we say, I am conscious of a thought, we can only make such a statement when a thought is apparent. If we say, I am aware of the tingling sensation of my abdomen, chest, eyes, feet, I can only make such a statement when this sensation is apparent. When it is not apparent, I cannot make such a statement, and therefore I cannot make a certainty that a sensation is present because it is not present. Likewise, with visual perception, I may be aware of a form, an object, and I say, I am aware or I am knowing this form or object. But this form or object came into existence. It came into my field of experience, and it will go, and it does go from my field of experience. So I cannot make this statement interminably. It is not a statement I can make of ever-present reality. It is only a statement I can make of a temporary phenomenon. So the only statement of certainty that I can make is I am conscious, I am aware, I am knowing my being. Everything else, every statement I could make about the mind, the body, or the cosmos is subject to time, subject to appearance and disappearance. So if we stay with this statement, I am conscious, I am aware, I am present, I am knowing my being, whichever statement we go with, it refers to the same ever presence of being, ever presence of ourself. So it refers to what we essentially are. We cannot be limited to a thought, a sensation, or a perception of sight, sound, taste, texture, or smell. For all of these are not ever present, they are temporary. The only ever present reality is that which we refer to when we say, I am aware, I am conscious. Before that I that is aware and conscious is apparently qualified using thought with some objective quality, such as a thought or a concept or a sensation or a perception. For such a qualification, an identification of I with some concept or objective quality is after the fact. It is a temporary arising that appears subsequent to the already here presence of awareness. We are aware ever presently, aware of ourself, being this awareness. And from this awareness arises the statement, I am aware, which is not necessary to say in order to have the experience, to be the experience, I am aware. But if we are to say something that is true and certain, we would say, I am aware, I am, I am conscious. The error would be when we believe that this I am aware is identical to or limited to or defined by some concept or objective quality that the mind defines, such as I am my name, I am my age, I am a shape, I am a size, I am a color, I am a nationality, I am a body. I am fundamentally a human. I have a life history. All of these are qualifying concepts that are, in most cases in our culture, believed to be identical to this I that is aware. When we say, I have a body, we are closer to the truth. We are saying that I, this awareness, has the experience of a body. The body is some kind of object that I am aware of. So it's closer to the truth than saying, I am a body. So if we keep going in that direction and say that I have thoughts, I have sensations, I have perceptions, I am not a thought, I am not a sensation, I am not a perception, I have these things, then we are establishing our independence and freedom, that the awareness that we are is ever present, is prior to this qualification of having a body, a mind, a life history. So we can see these things, the mind, the emotions, the body, the cosmos, as experiences we are having rather than what we essentially are. We are aware of them coming and going. So in this way, we establish our freedom, our ever-present independence. And so in this way, we take the journey inward toward the recognition that we are not fundamentally defined by a thought. These things arise, and the mind may identify I with those things, concepts, the body, and so on. But we, this aware presence, are aware of all of that content and are not limited by any of that content. We see that we are the ever-present awareness that witnesses the temporary phenomenon, the thought, the sensation. So already there is tremendous freedom experienced in not identifying ourself or not believing that our self awareness is limited by or defined by any concept. We're just true to ourselves as we essentially are. We recognize the statement, I am aware, is all I can say for certain about myself. I cannot say that I have a shape. I cannot say that I have a size. I cannot say that I have an age. All of these definitions are fabricated by thought after the fact of my presence. I am already present as what I essentially am before any of these thoughts appear to seemingly qualify or identify what I am. So that means in the experience of this silence that precedes the mind, that in fact witnesses the mind, there is the knowing that I am not defined by any concept. So I am unlimited in the face of concepts. No concept can limit me. I am independent